Hello, my name is Taejun. Today I'm gonna tell you about the chocolate touch. John Midas was usually a good boy, but had one big problem. He loved candy and chocolate. He would eat all types of sweet chocolate, boiled candy, marshmallows, and more, while other children spent their money on toys. John spent it all on candy and chocolate. One day, after eating too much candy, John got red spots on his nose. One warm Sunday afternoon, John was walking toward his friend Susan's home when he saw a shiny gray coin on the sidewalk. It looked strange. It didn't have George Washington on it like other coins. John was very disappointed. He had expected the big box to be full of candy. Still, when he tasted the chocolate, he was amazed. It was the most delicious chocolate he had ever eaten. One sunny morning, John woke up to the sounds of birds outside his window. John didn't like toothpaste because the toothpaste tasted like his medicine, what he called a stinky taste. John squeezed some toothpaste onto his brush and started brushing his teeth. To his surprise, the toothpaste didn't taste stinky at all. One morning, he noticed something very odd. Everything he ate tasted like chocolate. His toothpaste, his orange juice, even his egg and toast all tasted like the chocolate he had eaten in bed the night before. John laughed quietly and ran to school, feeling happy that Spider got what he deserved. John hung up his jacket, took out his notebook and pencil, and sat down just as the second bell rang. John felt nervous about the test. On top of that, his mouth felt dry and he could taste chocolate. He raised his hand and asked if he could get a drink of water. Miss Plimsoll said yes, so John quickly left the classroom and went to a water fountain. But when he drank the cold water, it turned into chocolate again. When all the students went outside to play, John had to stay inside and talk to Miss Plimsoll. Then John left the classroom and went outside to find Susan. John offered to jump with Susan, but she ignored him. He took a small piece of potato chip, tied it back his head until he was looking straight up at the ceiling, and dropped the morsel straight down into his throat. He felt it go down, a sharp fragment of sweet chocolate. He tried the milk, the ice water, and the fruit. Every solid and liquid that he sampled transformed as soon as entered his mouth. English class passed without incident. Miss Plimsoll distributed word lists for her pupils to take home. The more words you know, she explained, as always, the more exactly you can think. There were some difficult new words. As Miss Plimsoll explained the meaning of each one, it seemed to John as though they all had a special bearing on his present uncomfortable condition. There are 12 apples floating in the bucket and 12 people in the race using only their teeth. Susan and John will grab their apples and run back to their lines. As soon as they touch the hands of the number 2 runners in their team, Susan and John will go to the end of their lines. Do you all understand the way it's going to work? All right. 1 to get ready, 2 to get steady, and 3 to go. John was walking home feeling sad and thinking about all the terrible things that had happened that day. Then he heard his father's cheerful voice. Mr. Midas crossed the street and noticed that John had chocolate all over his face and clothes. The display of candy he had previously seen in the windows was no longer there. In one window, John saw a chocolate trumpet, a chocolate pencil, and a silver dollar, with a piece bitten out of it. In the other window, he saw a cafeteria tray littered with chocolate unites and the remains of a chocolate touch. I drew a chocolate trumpet because when John's lips touched it, it changed into chocolate. John felt embarrassed and ran from the stage through the playground all the way home without looking back. Thank you for listening.